that everything and everyone is connected. And it's kind of easier to just say that and hear it and be like, oh yeah, we're all connected. But to get to the place where you actually feel that connection and you just know it to be true, that's the place. And it's interesting because one of the things about manifesting that I have learned over the years is that usually when you want something really bad, you think about it, you feel what it's like to have these things, and then there comes a point where you have to let go and you have to let it go and just trust that it will come to you when the time is right. And that's the spot. It's the spot of letting go, when you realize that it's all fine and it's all coming. And then you kind of wait, or you don't wait. You just keep going because you know that it's coming. Whatever it is that you're looking for or asking for or wanting to experience. And then you just wait for the divine timing. The interesting thing is, too, once you get to that point where you feel that oneness, the things that you want kind of disappear because you know that you'll have it, and the time doesn't matter anymore because you know that it's coming. And then it almost doesn't matter anymore if you even get it because you know that it's there, if that makes any sense. And then you just kind of are grateful for the opportunity to even, I don't know, ponder it at all. I'm not really sure. It's like you get to that spot, and then the thing that you wanted, which is the reason that you got to that spot in the first place, now it doesn't matter anymore because you're in that spot. You're in the spot where it doesn't matter. And it's an interesting place to be because that's the spot of oneness. Then you realize everything is eternal and everything is one. So what do you need? You already are and have everything. What could you possibly need? And then that's the moment when you let go of whatever it is you're trying to create. And there's such a freedom in that, and there's such a peace in that, knowing that you already have all of it. You have everything. You're an eternal electric magnetic light being. You're not going anywhere. What do you need? You don't need anything. You can just truly be in the moment and experience life. So that's the other thing that I wanted to talk about, experiencing life. You can just be in the moment experiencing life. So when I was, there's a couple times I've been directly just in the moment without any interference from my mind. One of those times was when I was going into labor, having my child. And there was a moment when I was in the tub and my phone was on the edge of the tub and it slipped into the water. I was in the tub and I looked down at the phone and I saw that the phone was in the water, completely submerged. But it never dawned on me to pick up the phone. It never crossed my mind that it was a bad thing that the foam was in the water. And for a while, I couldn't explain that that feeling of what that was, to just look at it and not have any sort of emotion about it. But I've come to realize that's what it was. I was literally in the moment. And when you're living in the moment, like in the now, in the present moment, second by second, there's no thought of the future, and there's no thought of the past. So you don't have any fear. You don't have any judgment. You're just experiencing things as they come to you. So I never thought, oh my God, my phone is, it just fell in the tub. What are you doing? Get it out. Never thought any of that. Which is really, really kind of interesting. The other time I felt that was a time that I had been meditating for very, very many hours a day for months. And that's a whole other story I'll tell you another time. But the point is that I got to a place where I was kind of just in the moment, living in the present moment, second by second, without fear, without judgment, without holding on to any information that was coming in or going out. It was like watching, it's like watching a movie, but the movie is your life. And you're just watching it without judgment. And that, I think, is a key point, because you're not, your mind is not engaged in assessing the situation. You're just feeling the experience as it comes to you. And that ended up being a really, really powerful situation. But I think the real power is finding that moment to be in the present. So I started, I found meditation by accident. During that time, I sort of was, like I said, that's a whole other story, but I kind of found it by accident. And I was really just sitting in one place and not moving for many hours. And before I knew it, I was kind of resting, but my mind had stopped thinking about things, because I guess I had been doing it long enough for the mind to think itself out and not giving it any new information to ponder. So I got to this very quiet place where I was just sort of listening. And I think that's a really, I think that's my new description of meditation, would be to sit and listen. Just listen. Listen to whatever you hear. And that's another key. There's a lot of different meditation techniques and guided meditations, which I think are also great. And I've tried a lot of different things, but just sitting and listening to the sounds that are around you. Like, okay, if I sit and listen right now, it's pretty quiet. I just heard a car horn very far away. I hear the engine of a plane starting. The engines are getting louder. They took off. My child rolled over in bed. I can see my heartbeat in my eyes. Silence. Okay, so you could watch me do that all night, and then believe me, I can do it all night. The longer you do that, the farther away you're going to hear. You're going to start hearing things from really far away. And if you stay there long enough and your mind is settled and you're just listening, you're going to hear your heartbeat, your breathing. You can hear people talking from very far away. And you'll start to just relax into that expanded awareness. And that's when the magic starts to happen. You can also just enjoy that for what it is. It's a lot of peace. That would be my recommendation on meditation, which you didn't ask for, but there you go. Unsolicited advice. I'm really good at that.